city. The Memphis police chief said on Tuesday that National Guard troops are expected to arrive in the city within the next 2 weeks. I want to bring in now Democratic Congressman Jake Auchincloss of Massachusetts. Congressman, I want to start with just getting your reaction to what you just heard there and the way that the Trump administration is fighting crime in American cities by sending in National Guard troops.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on, Ali. It's unacceptable. Law and order is vital, and mayors, governors should do their utmost to defend against not just violent crime, but also quality of life violations like shoplifting or open air drug use. I'm not contesting that. What I am contesting is the use of the United States military for domestic law enforcement, which cuts against a 500-year tradition that actually predates the United States. I represent Greater Boston. We're coming up on our 250th anniversary of the American Revolution. I know that Americans did not want to quarter the king's troops, and they are not going to want to quarter the president's troops.
I know the last time that you were on, we were talking about what was happening at that point in Los Angeles. You were pushing for reforms to posse comitatus, which is just basically the way that the federal government is able to send National Guard troops in if the governor or local officials are objecting. Ultimately, when you see the way that the president is not just continuing to do this, but then also saying to top military officials just the other day that American cities are a training ground for the military, you served in the Marines. I mean, what does this say about the body that you were once a part of?
United States Marines are saying that we are no better friend and no worse enemy. The challenge is the commander-in-chief thinks that Russia is the friend and Los Angeles is the enemy. All of the speeches that the Secretary of Defense wants to give, all of the chest thumping that Stephen Miller wants to do, doesn't matter if the commander-in-chief is literally rolling out a red carpet for Vladimir Putin right before the Russian autocrat turns around and invades NATO's airspace, and simultaneously deploying Marines to Los Angeles in a violation of posse comitatus. Until Donald Trump actually respects the law and understands law and order, none of the chest thumping matters.
All right, so you heard it there first, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what's going on is that people are not understanding, or rather, they're coming to the understanding that this man is cruel as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the scriptures say, which I'm going to bring it out right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is all happening because of the cruel Lord, right? Because he's sending in troops, National Guards, ICE agents into his own provinces, primarily, and really he's actually directly targeting blue states.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and in these blue states, who's there? You Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and speckled birds alike.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you are primarily in the blue state. When they say left, the woke left, the left, they're talking about you Israelites. That's code. Okay, so he's setting these national troops on them, and we're gonna get some clips and footage of what it's looking like over there in I think Chicago and Portland. All right, and everything that we're seeing right now is just the beginning stages. It's going to get beyond reckless out there, what the scriptures say. So this is Isaiah 19:2. Okay, it says in the King James, "And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptians." Okay, modern day Egyptians are the Americans. Okay, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And this is what you're seeing transpire in America. Province against province, kingdom against kingdom, people against people. Okay? And it's skipping down. We're going to read verse 4. It says, "And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord." You see? And this guy is showing his colors. All right, DJ Trump, he's showing himself to be this cruel Lord. Okay, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, the Lord Yahweh of hosts.
Mm-hmm.
Bashem Yahushai. That's right.
All right, so that's what you see happening, man. The scriptures are speaking, and we're measuring time diligently. This is the time we're in.
I want to add real quick Revelation 17:4, because Isaiah here is saying the same thing in regards to this system, this cruel Lord and his system, right? And it says there the Lord of hosts, simply put, has that thing up and running in regards to making things happen, right? So right here, prophetically speaking, Revelation 17:4, it says the woman wore purple and scarlet clothing and beautiful jewelry made of gold and precious stones and pearls, right? And this is describing, simply put, the America, right? America, what it stands for, all the pomp and pride and beauty that it brings and it attracts, right?
Yep.
And he says, in her hand,
Pleasures of life.
yes, that's right. All of that stuff. The great city, you can get it there. Okay, as we can see, people leave where they come from, and they can do whatever they want. They can be as wicked as they want in this place. And it goes on to say, in her hand she held a golden goblet full of obscenities, beautiful, and impurities of her immorality. So this is what this system stands for. Okay, American system. Okay, and they have a cruel Lord behind it.
That's right.
Okay, but that's all I'm going to bring up for now. I might go back to this
Real quick, looking up that
Right.
word obscenity.
But yeah,
Obscenity.
that's it. Yeah.
Obscenity. It says the state or quality of being obscene behavior, language, or images. The book was banned for obscenity. Obscenity.
Beautiful. Yeah, right. And the word images there goes into his policy, right? His policies and his parties and his philosophies, his parties. That's just his attitude. So yeah,
Get this here.
Democratic and Republican and all over the place.
This is Isaiah 14, and let me start at 4. Isaiah 14 and 4. And I'll read this in the NLT. And I'm going to get something else from chat. So Isaiah 14 and 4. It reads, that's 144. So Isaiah 14 and 4 says in NLT, you will taunt the king of Babylon. All right, and we're taunting the king of Babylon because we're telling him what he's going to do before he does it.
That's
The spirit and power of prophecy of Yahweh Shemel Shai. So, and we're also telling him that he's going down. Okay? All right? The true kings of Babylon and the earth are really the top wicked elite. All right? The bankers that you don't see. And they watch our videos, starting with the apostles and bishops on down. So we're taunting them as well. So it says with the Lord's words, you will taunt the king of Babylon. You will say, the mighty man has been destroyed. Yes, your insolence is ended. For the Lord Yahweh has crushed your wicked power and broken your evil rule. Okay? It says, you struck the people with endless blows of rage, right? And that's what the American society and empire has done. And this is what you're seeing. You're seeing it implode from the inside out, right? The endless blows of rage are taxes, wage prices, inflation. The job market is horrible. The housing market is horrible. The violence in the street, the injustice, right? So on and so forth, right? Elder Malak brought out the perfect precept, preluding what I'm saying is Revelation 17 and 4, right? Let me get that one more time.
Can you read the next verse too? Verse
17
and 4.
17. Oh, oops. What's going on here now? Revelation 17 and 4. All right. In the King James, it says, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having the golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornications. And upon her forehead was this name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and the abomination of the earth. So everything obscene and abominable resides in America, okay? And it's spread out to the four corners of the earth. Now, and now what you're seeing that it's completely imploding on itself, all right, through the wicked rule of the cruel Lord.
That's right.
Okay, or the cruel lords, I should say, because they're all in cahoots. All your presidents are have been in line with the same agenda. Okay, and the ones that weren't, you know what happened to them? They got taken out. Okay, so back here in Isaiah 14 and 6, NLT says, "You struck the people with endless blows of rage and held the nations in your angry grip." Okay, and they've forwarded that oppression. All right, by the means mainly of the weapon, all right, military might, and also financial debt. Okay, financial debt. That's an
Yeah,
angry grip that's on these nations.
that's right.
Okay, upon many other things. So it says with unrelenting tyranny. Okay,
Mhm.
that's also what's been happening to you American people, man.
Mhm.
You Babylonians. All right,
Wow.
you've been gripped with unrelenting tyranny, and this is why you're imploding on yourselves, and you don't even know it. You're
That's
just carried away with the spirit. All right. So it says this, but finally the earth is at rest and quiet. Now it can sing again, and this is what happened. All right. Ultimately, when America, which is Babylon the Great, is destroyed by thermonuclear fire.
that's right.
Okay, missiles. This is what the scriptures say, man.
Yeah.
Now, in chat, real quick, I got a bit of want to bring this out real quick concerning what I read here in Isaiah 14 and tying it to today's events and seeing the parallels of what Isaiah was prophesying back then
Mhm.
and the things that are happening now. So when you look at it says here historical insight, originally this prophecy was aimed at the king of Babylon, historically Nebuchadnezzar, or the Babylonian monarchy in general. You see? So when I said it's not just the one crew lord, but it's really crew lords.
That's
Okay,
right.
you have multiple crew lords. The cruelest out of all of them is DJ Trump. Okay, so
Mhm.
it says Babylon was, and again, remember the crew lords also extend up to the top wicked elites, the bankers,
That's
the
right.
ones that you don't see.
Yeah, the ones that puppeteer Trump
Exactly.
and the rest of them.
Yeah, all these prime ministers, oligarchies, technocrats, all right, ministers and high-ranking generals and so on and so forth. They're all
On the
stooges
screen. That's right.
they're all stooges on a stage, all
Mhm.
right, and they're stooges to the comedian. A stooge is an assistant to a comedian,
Mhm.
all right.
That's right.
So the world is a stage, and the joke is being played on you people. And this is why America is imploding on itself.
The hand inside the dummies.
So it says the world superpower of its day, wealthy, proud, oppressive.
Yes.
Okay, sounds familiar.
Hmm.
Known for enslaving nations,
Right.
including Israel,
Hmm.
a symbol of idolatry, arrogance, and tyranny against the Most High. Isaiah foreshows the fall of Babylon and the liberation of the oppressed, declaring that the oppressor would one day cease, right? And America is the world is a global oppressor. And America is what? A patsy, all right, for the top wicked elite. Okay, so one day cease, Yahweh would break the staff authority, which means authority, and that's true, it does mean authority, of those who rule unjustly. So when we skip down here, so it says U.S. modern parallels, right? So we'll skip down to verse 4. How has the oppressor, sorry, verse 5. The Lord has broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers.
Hmm.
So it says, then Yahweh destroyed Babylon's power and authority. Now the staff and scepter symbolizing political, financial, and media control,
Mhm.
the modern ruling tools of oligarchs, presidents, and elite uh,
Corporations.
corporations. Yeah,
Corporations. Same thing. Yeah.
Yep,
It's all good.
and elite corporations. Corporations. The staff equals the system of control, laws, propaganda, economics. The scepter, the visible authority of rulers, right? And the visible authority, so the authority you can see, in other words, is DJ Trump. But
That's
Mhm.
there's
right.
also the invisible authority, and the invisible authority, all right, is the top wicked elites, the ones you don't see, and then above them is Satan, and above Satan is the Most High. Okay,
That's right.
so it says today people see through these systems, trust in leadership collapse, as in Isaiah's day, Yahweh is breaking their staff through exposure.
That's right.
Okay, and that exposure is coming through the prophets. This is why you're seeing America and really the world. All right, this rulership of Esau Edom imploding on itself.
That's right.
Okay,
These skirts and-
whistleblowers. That's right, whistleblowers. Right, that's the third witness. Mass awakenings. Okay, people are waking up to the fact that that Amalek isn't who he says he is. Okay,
Yep.
mass awakening and internal division. These cracks in the system set the stage for civil unrest and eventually civil war as factions within America turn against one another.
Second Ezra
Okay, so
16 tells us this.
it-
Brings this up.
exactly,
16.
exactly.
Sedition.
So it should make sense when the scriptures say. If it doesn't, it should make sense now that when the scriptures say that which is then is now. Okay, there's no new thing on the sun. So final verse here, verse 6. It says, "He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke." Then Babylon's rule was harsh, unrelenting, and without mercy. Okay. Now America's rulers, presidents, oligarchs, and technocrats do the same. Economic oppression through inflation and taxation. Okay, and this is the same thing that happened to Rome. All right. After it was a republic. When Rome started out, it started as a republic. Okay, so you didn't have any dictators or one singular ruler. And then when it became imperial and empire, that's when everything started really going down the drain, circling in the drain. Okay, because you had economic oppression through what? Inflation and taxation. That's the same thing happening today. So it says psychological warfare through fear. Okay,
Yeah.
media and division, militarization and surveillance of the population. This is what we're seeing before our eyes: is militarization alongside with the surveillance of the population. This is why UK and now I think Russia, all right, are rolling out digital IDs, and they're making it a must. All right, they're making it mandatory. Is a digital ID the mark of the beast itself? No, but it is a very, very big step and interlude to the CHIP, which is going to be a technological device in under your skin. As it says, they smite continually. Policies and crises keep the people exhausted and divided. Okay? So, hey, policies, the left-right paradigm, right? Revelation 13 and 11. Two horns like a lamb, but spake like a dragon. And then the crisis is all the psyops. Okay? It says, the verse says, "He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth." That is prophetic of the tables turning.
That's right.
When the oppressors themselves become hunted by judgment, and their fall is unstoppable. That's right.
That's right. Fall like Revelation, I think it's 12. He's falling like lightning.
Yep.
Yeah, his
Let me
system
read
is
this real quick.
crashing
This
so
is from
fast.
Bashar sent this. El Salvador's president Nayib Bukele has
Yep.
stated that Keir Starmer's digital ID is the mark. Oh yeah, the mark of the beast. Yeah, let's see. So hey, this man's being exposed, man. He's being exposed.
Yep.
But it isn't the mark of the beast though. It is a big prelude to it. All right, a big prelude to it. So that's it. That's all I want to bring out on that.
Shalom Akim, Yahweh,
Yes.
Bashim Yashai Barakatah, Shalom.
Shalom, Yahweh, Bashim, Yashai, Barakatah.
Beautiful.
Can I bring this out real quick?
1000%.
That's right. Bring it out.
Just landbacking for you at home. Just landbacking what the Zaquan said. He stated the hierarchy of Esau's rulership. You know, he stated the various levels, right? You know, you have Esau, Edom, DJ 45, and then he answers to his handlers, and then the elites answer to Satan. So here's a scripture right here, Isaiah 47, verse 12 in the NLT, and it reads, Now use your magical charms.
Mm.
Use the spells you have worked at all these years.
Sorcery.
Maybe they will do you some good.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they can make someone afraid of you.
Mm.
All the advice you receive has made you tired, right? So the left-hand
Mm.
side be giving Esau Edom advice. You
That's
know,
right.
these
Wow.
elites,
That's right.
they do their rituals, their enchantments, they pray to Satan. You know,
Yep.
they do their chrome drinking. You know,
Yeah.
their sacrifices, right?
It's
They
played
receive
out.
messages.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Con? It says
That's
all
right.
the advice you receive has made you tired. Where are all your astrologers, those stargazers who make predictions each month? Let them stand up and save you from what the future holds, right? And there's no escape, right? It says
That's
here,
right.
all the advice you receive has made you tired. This means these guys are night and day, 24/7, throwing up enchantments. They're working. They're burning two candles, two sides of the candle,
It's played
midnight
out
oil.
too. That's
You
right.
know,
That's right.
more
That's right.
sacrifice, more sacrifice, more.
That's right. Yep.
To the prophets,
Yep.
we know in the spirit it's played out, but we love to see it because
God.
it's going into the fulfillments. Yep. Wow.
Mhm.
Beautiful.
Oh, there's more meat. Let me read verse 14.
Okay.
God.
And it reads, but they are like straw burning in a fire.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
They cannot save themselves from the flame.
No bomb.
You will get no help from them at all.
You
Their
see?
hearth is no place to sit for warmth. God.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All your leaders, your religious leaders, financial leaders, health leaders, political leaders, economic leaders, they're all none of their advice is going to work for you rebellious, all right, Israelites over there in America and throughout the four corners of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, finding no warmth means you're not going to find no comfort because they themselves are going to be in strong delusions, man. All right. And you know what? Let me get this real quick to back up what you had mentioned about um them being tired,
Yeah.
right? And how it's like enchantment upon enchantment, enchantment. And it's true, man, because every time you look up, Esau's doing something else.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting crazy. Like it's like every day it's something.
Mm-hmm.
It's either
Mm-hmm.
a mass shooting, you
Yep.
know, or more on the raids or this, that,
Yep.
and the third. It's just something. So this is Proverbs 4. Slacker. Yeah. This is Proverbs 4:16.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get this in the NLT, see how this sounds. It says Proverbs 4:16. For evil people can't sleep until they have done their evil deed for the day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. They can't rest until they've caused someone to stumble.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They eat the food of wickedness and
Mhm.
drink the wine of violence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. Well, that's great, man. Yeah, they have it in
Over
drink.
and over and over and over till
That's right.
it comes to that sudden destruction. Yeah.
That's right. Done. Okay, so let's play this next clip here. All right, going into this is from Cash Jordan. Fair use, fair use, fair use. None of the channels on this panel are using this video to make any money or for any sense of monetization. Right, we're only using this video for educational purposes only. All right, so fair use, fair use, fair use. And yeah, this is in Chicago, and it says. Illegals declare war on Chicago. No mercy. Marines answer with maximum force. All right. So let's go ahead and you got some clips.
So Chicago's sanctuary mobs are trying once again to break into the ice facility, and this is how that went.
So these are what you call sanctuary. Because you have sanctuary cities.
Right. Okay.
At these sanctuary cities, you have sanctuary mobs. So it's sanctuary mobs versus ICE agents. Okay, in Chicago.
Oh, they're screaming. Oh, that guy's getting arrested. That person. And so are these people. But look, this guy right here, he's about to make the worst mistake of his entire life. He thinks he can take ICE one-on-one. Uh-oh. Rifle behind the back.
You're not doing anything.
Whoa.
You're saying that.
Oh, what's happening?
No!
And there's the takedown. Yeah, it didn't work.
And it seems like he has to blur out a lot of the live footage because he can't play it on YouTube. So
He's not doing anything.
He's defying federal agents, impeding an investigation, assaulting them. Get out of here. Yup, you're next. They should all be next. But look at this massive riot that started out of nowhere after ICE agents were attacked in their vehicle. Look at this. These people are just destroying Chicago. For what? Look at these guys. Masks everywhere, Palestine flags, and they're throwing stuff at the agents. Look at this. This is terrible. This is what you get when you have a sanctuary city. Look at these sanctuary mobs. This is ridiculous. These people should all be in jail. Look at them. They're all masked up. They don't want ICE to wear masks. This is awful. There's tear gas everywhere. They wonder why. This is so disgusting, man. No, now they hear one siren. One siren. And that made them run. This is so awful. These people are essentially terrorists in America. This is terrorism.
you see how he's already picking a side. So this is psychological operation. And this guy has what 1.53 million subscribers. So although all his subscribers and followers most likely share the same viewpoint. So you see how Esau Edom uses these guys, all right, to also divide, all right, from within. Okay, because this is looked at basically Chicago versus the federal government. Because as we get into it, I'm going to skip ahead. The police were called. Right, because these ICE agents are just regular people being paid, and some of them are not even, real agents. On top of that, so they get themselves in some situations, right? So they call where their life is threatened. They call the police, and the mayor, I'm pretty sure, of Chicago, was like, "Nah, stand by, don't go help them." So it's causing a lot of rift, all right, and dividance between, again, blue states and red states, Egyptian versus Egyptian. Okay. So let's skip ahead and look at this here.
What a nightmare of a city, man. This is what started the riot.
Separate alleged incidents of drivers using their vehicles to ram into other vehicles with federal agents. According to a federal criminal complaint, Marimar Martinez and Anthony Santos Ruiz used multiple vehicles to strike a vehicle driven by federal agents in Brighton
And they
Park
think they're saving the world for illegal immigrants.
Martinez and Ruiz used their vehicles to box in the agent's car. Court documents say the agent, unable to move his vehicle, got out and fired about 5 shots. DHS says yesterday Martinez allegedly attempted to run over agents and was armed with a semi-automatic weapon. Martinez drove off, but paramedics found her at a repair shop about a mile away from the scene. An ambulance took her to the hospital. Ruiz also drove away, but prosecutors say police found him and his vehicle at a gas station about a half a block away.
These people. This is so
video,
awful.
captured by a witness shared with ABC News, was taken at Kedzie and West 40th Street. We slowed it down to show a uniformed officer pointing a gun.
And people want to say that ICE is the aggressor. You've got these radicals who are out there taking their vehicle, crashing it into a car full of federal agents.
Remember, these are all code words because the radicals that they keep showing you are Israelites. Okay?
Who are identifiable, they've got badges, they've got uniforms, it's very obvious who they are, where they are, crashing into them, and then on ICE, they're the problem. If they would just leave, none of this would happen. Get out of here. This is just, we're getting to a new point here. It's dangerous.
He says SUV is also seen at the gas station. Court documents say it's the same gas station where agents later detained him. Prosecutors say the two were allegedly part of a convoy that followed agents after a CBP operation. And tonight we're learning about an apparent second incident
the other
driver allegedly ramming a federal vehicle. This video captured from about 6 blocks north. Here you see the driver of a black SUV ram into the back of a white pickup truck with...
For what? To stand why their own state police in their sanctuary state are here, shoulder to shoulder with federal agents. It's driving them nuts.
Chicago sources telling Fox News police there were told to actually stand down on helping ICE agents who are in danger.
Oh, really?
Has this,
so the local police have stood down. So the stadies are in town.
And Dana, we've got a lot of rank and file Chicago police officers behind the scenes telling us that they are outraged that the stand down order went out to them after federal agents were attacked. The order appears to have come through a communication from the chief of patrol over the communication through the Office of Emergency Management and Communication, reading no units will respond to this. Multiple police sources have confirmed to us the message is authentic and it is backed up by audio of the stand down order.
Well, let's hear that.
And again, per the chief of patrol, we have all the units that were for 99. The chief of patrol said all units clear out from there. We're not sending anybody over to that location. Right, and 999 just took him for a 39th place in Kedzie. They were saying that they were being surrounded by that large crowd, and they were requesting the police were not sending, waving off all the cars heading to.
This is discrimination based on your profession in Chicago. If you happen to work for the federal government and you need law enforcement to come to your rescue. They may or may not go because of politics. That's what this means. This is incredibly frightening to think that people in Chicago unequally apply law enforcement and unequally apply justice. It's absolutely terrible. And you know what it does? It just emboldens these sanctuary mobs that are destroying everything.
In an official statement, CPT says officers did respond, right in quotes, CPT responded to the scene to document the incident.
Yep. So, hey, this is just the beginning, man. You just, again, measuring the time diligent, knowing that as these things continue to intensify, we're getting closer and closer to, you know, that great time of testing, really, the MOTB, because that's where it's all said and done. You overcome that, man, you're most likely of the hopeful elect. Okay, you have to be of the elect, really.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get this priest up here, unless you got something you want to bring up.
No, I was just gonna comment. They're really tired and exposed, right? You know, but I had no, real quick. I had what we just saw there, right? And of course, this guy, you know, I'm just gonna read the definition real quick. What we just watched there is a bunch of crisis actors, right? And I pulled this off of Google. So, crisis actor, it says a person who takes part in a supposed conspiracy to manipulate public opinion by pretending to be a victim of an event such as it's going to give examples now, bombing, mass shooting, or natural disaster. And what we were just watching here are these people uprising, right, going into these seditions. But I just thought I'd bring the word out because they're saying that you know, these people are doing what they're doing.
Yeah,
but we saw the footage. They're basically crisis actors. The whole everything.
Yeah, agent provocateurs.
All of them. That's right.
Yeah.
You know.
Once you're done.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Go ahead, brother.
Bring it up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Colin. Going into the video you just played right now, sedition among men. I believe that it's going to get to a point that 911 calls won't be dispatching police, right? So it's gonna come to that time where you women that are so proud, you won't be able to call the 911 to come in and protect you, because this is the only thing over here. He's just protecting you. When all hell break loose, you better pray. So this is the book of 2 Ezra 15. I'll read from 14 to 19. Woe to the war and them that dwell therein. Verse 15, for the sword and the destruction draw a night, and one people should stand up and fight against another. We saw it on the video, and swords in their hands. You know, the weapons that they have right now, Isa. So there should be sedition among men and invading one another.
Right, guns, knives.
Yeah.
People are going to have weapons in their hands. They're going to be killing one another, man. Yep. Go ahead.
They do not regard their kings, their princes, no, and the course of the action should stand in their powers. Right? People are just fed up.
Yep.
The way they're living, the cost of living, you know, the prices, rent, is people are broke. Let's put it that way. People have like 2 or 3 jobs just to survive. First 17.
Even the mayors, right? Even the mayors and governors of these various states, you're seeing them do what? They're having no regard for the legitimate government. As you see, it says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings." Right? So that true Lord, he's being disregarded by these blue states, nor their princes, and the cords of their hands shall stand in their powers. This is why you're going to see an implosion and a division from within. Everybody's taking power into their own hands, based upon the oppressive rulership of that cruel Lord. Go ahead,
Yeah, verse 17, a man should decide to go into a city and should not be able to. You know, martial law, it gets implemented. For because of their pride, the city should be troubled, the houses should be destroyed, and men should be afraid. And last verse, a man should have no pity upon his neighbor, but should destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. Hey, Jake is trouble.
That's right.
It's fine. That's right.
Let me get this here. in 2nd Ezra 13. I'm getting this in the GNT. This is 2nd Ezra 13 and 29. Read down to 34 in the GNT. It says, the time is near when Yahweh, the Most High, will begin to free the people on the earth. I don't really like how the GNT sounds.
No.
We'll go King James. So 2nd Ezra 13 and 29 in the King James. It says, behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth, right? And deliver them. Them is talking about the elect of the nation of Israel. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth, right? So everybody's going to be at shock when they see Yahushua, craft them clouds with the hosts of heaven. But even before Yahushua, the Most High is going to visit the earth with terrible plagues, pestilence, violence, right? Evils, and the world is going to be astonished at that as well, as they're becoming astonished. And it says, and one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. You see? And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs shall happen which I showed thee before, and then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man's ascending. You see, so all these things need to happen for Yahushua to be declared to visit the earth. Okay.
Suddenly.
Yep. Let me actually segue. I'm actually going to go back in the GNT and segue. So it says, verse 30, at that time, everyone will be close to panic, right? In the GNT, they will begin to make war against one another, city against city, region against region, nation against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. When that happens, the signs I told you about earlier will take place. And then I will reveal my son, whom you saw as a man coming out of the sea. All right, because Ezra saw the war between the nation and the world, all right, the countries of the world versus Yahushua. All right, so the angel is telling him that all these things are going to happen before this time comes. But all these things are a sign that we're approaching this very time of Yahushua's return. Verse 33, when they hear his voice, all nations will leave their own territory, forget their wars with one another, and come together in one great crowd too large to count. As you saw in your dream, the nations will unite and will with the single purpose of making war with my son. So that's what all these events are leading to. The Civil War, the height of Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, and World War III is all leading to these nations, all right, gathering together and uniting to fight against Yahushua and the hosts of heaven. That's it on that.
That's right. He won't be coming back drinking fish soup. Okay. 9 years of not eating. Nonsense.
Yeah,
nonsense. Anyway, this brother knows what I'm talking about. The inside stuff.
Well, let me read this here. Micah 7:2 NLT. It says, the godly people
that's right.
have all disappeared, right? Not one honest person is left on earth. They are all murderers, setting traps even for their own brothers. Okay. And that which is then is now. And this was obviously talking to the nation of Israel at the time, right? The whole nation. I think specifically Judah, the southern kingdom. All right, but that's today, man. Okay, the Lord sees no honest person on earth outside of the hopeful elect. That's why they're the ones that are going to receive salvation.
That's right.
All right. Just like in the time of Noah, there was only 8 souls regarded. So that was the elect of that time. Verse 3, both their hands are equally skilled to do evil. So there's many ways they can do wickedness. So it says both their hands are equally skilled to do evils. So they're ambidextrous when it comes to wickedness.
Wickedness, yeah.
Right? Officials and judges alike demand bribes. The people with influence get what they want, and together they scheme to twist justice. That's America, man. Okay? That's first and foremost America, and then the whole world. Okay? Under the wine, all right? Drunk under the wine of Babylon the Great. Even the best of them is like a briar,
Right.
and the most honest is as dangerous as a hedge of thorns. So pick your poison, in other words.
That's
Okay,
right.
that's what you get when it comes to Babylon the Great. Pick your poison. But your judgment day is coming swiftly now. Your time of punishment is here. A time of confusion. All right, pure madness. Okay, as it says, don't trust anyone, not your best friend or even your wife, for the son despiseth. Right? Right? Let me read that again. Micah 7:5. Don't trust anyone, not your best friend or even your wife.
And you see
Verse
all that
6.
pillow talk,
Yep.
brothers, and the pillow talk. You know,
That's poison.
That's poison, man. Trust not the wife in your bosom. Roughly paraphrasing.
Yeah, same precept. Yeah,
Khan.
that's right. Verse 6. For the son despiseth his father, the daughter defies her mother. The daughter-in-law defies her mother-in-law. Your enemies are right in your own household. Okay, and this all happens through what? Through Esau Edom's witchcraft, right? Television, the food, right? His technology has caused division within families, within the household. There's no natural. It says that in a lot of days, people will not have natural affection. All right, the love of many will wax cold. Cold in the Greek, that word is psycho. All right, so we're gonna see people go crazy, man. This is just a prelude. These are just the beginning stages. We're not even at the boiling point yet. Okay. Your enemies are right in your own household. As for me, I look to the Lord Yahweh for help. I will wait confidently for Yahweh Bashim El Shai to save me, and my power will certainly hear me. Okay.
Can I bring this out?
Oh, yeah, Khan, you're good.
Jeremiah 9:4, and it reads, "Take ye heed every one of his neighbor, and trust ye not in any brother, for every brother will utterly supplant, and every neighbor will walk with slanders." Right?
It's true.
So it's only the elect, man.
That's right.
You know.
That's right.
Even if you see a brother, you know, I can't even say brother.
Yep.
If you see an Israelite and he looks like he's a man of the Lord, you know, you still got to try the spirit.
Yep, that's right. That's right, man. You still got to pray, because these times are going to be crazy. You're not going to know who has it, who doesn't. You might see a brother that's in the camp with you, and of course, you know, in the flesh, you're like, okay, Khan, yo, shalom, but you got to be prudent.
Khan.
You got to be prudent, man. And the spirit's going to guide the elect, man. Beautiful. That's it for me. I don't know, brothers, got anything else you want to bring out?
Yeah, I got
hold that beautiful precept you have, brother. Let me just bring out this word, because when you brought out Isaiah 14, that was powerful. There was a word there, and interestingly enough, precept just came out in regards to the condition in the mind of the people who are not acting naturally. So the Lord put a spirit on them, and it's driven by Babylon. So the word there was insolence. I just want to bring this out, right? Because it says, for the word insolence, remember when you're reading Isaiah,
bring it up.
Right? It says here, strangeness, excess, immoderation, haughtiness, arrogance, right? And pride, going into that. Okay. And it says to see the word insolent. And so this is the characteristics of Babylon, and it has leaked over into our families, right? And then it says here, insolent, real quick, it says arrogant, contemptuous, showing haughty disregard of others, right? no natural affection. Spirit's not with them.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's it. Insolent spirit. Go ahead, brother.
Oh yeah. Going into the all that just mentioned right now, and here's the point. Matthew 24 and 21. But there should be great tribulations, and we see things starting to build up in this place, such as was known since the beginning of the world to this time. So we're gonna see things that we never can imagine. Right, because we usually read what happened in Sodom and Gomorrah. We see what happened, the flood in this place, but that's probably nothing what we're about to see, to the power of the Heavenly Father. And it reads, "No, nor ever should be."
That's right. John. Beautiful. All right, so that's it for me. All right, and that's it for the lesson, man. And shalom to the sincere brothers on the comment board. Shalom. All right, so Lord willing, this lesson was straightforward and edifying to the whole full elect of the nation of Israel. All right, measure the time diligently. All right, we're gonna close. We're gonna give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Berkakadash, and double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and have taught us this word in truth and sincerity and peace and mercy to the whole full elect, starting with 124,000. All right, let's push in this word in truth and sincerity across four corners of the earth. Baba Ball, Kwama Sha'Allah, and Shalom to the whole full elect.
The whole elect.